All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today on Friday. So excited about this Friday because next week we're going to be in convention and we're just super excited about getting ready to get there. We've been trying to help a lot of people get there last minute, so it's pretty great to rally the troops and really, um, do whatever we can to get everybody there. So this morning's gratitude, I'm attracting endless abundance by keeping a gratitude mindset. And I love that, right? So a lot of times, when you're thinking about how grateful you are, you're thanking people for the things that are happening in your life, what you think about, you bring about. And I just love that. So I wanted to share that with you. Hello, Mastermind. So grateful that you guys are here today. I saw this online this morning that Jeff Olson posted on his Facebook. He said, if you want something you've never had, then you've got to do something you've never done. And I thought that was really an incredible, thing to think about. So a lot of people want something different in their life. And sometimes when they choose to do another business or they choose to do a project in their life, they're in hopes that that's going to be, the thing, or that's going to be in addition to something that they're doing. But if you're continually doing what you're doing with the same mindset and you're not changing up what it is that you want to make happen, it's a lot harder to achieve because think about it, if you're going along doing the same thing all the time and it's not getting you further or not growing you further, then you got to make some changes in yourself. You can't look to other people to make changes. You got to do it yourself. And I was talking to my daughter yesterday, and she's trying to figure out in her second year of her master's program what internship she'd like to do. And she has a really thankfully a lot of choices, a lot of people that are interested in her being part of their internship. And so what she was doing is she was going around to different people, different mentors of hers, and asking them their opinion on why she should take one internship over the other. And I told her, I said, it's important to go to a lot of different people for a lot of different opinions, and then of course make the decision that you want. And somebody said to her, who's very, very successful, has written many, many books, who's been a major speaker all over the world, said to her, well, in this one internship that you are thinking about doing, what do you think that internship will do for you in terms of pushing you forward in your life? And instead of thinking about what they're doing in their company, what do you think that by being a part of that company will help you to grow as a person and help you to achieve whatever your expectation is of that internship? And so he kind of flipped the equation on her. Rather than what she could do for them, really what could they do for her in terms of her growth and development. And she really thought about that, and I thought about that. And then she said something really interesting, which is really good for everybody here in the mastermind to think. So, this person is pretty well known, has written a lot of books, as I said, has been a world renowned speaker. And they were telling her about how they are always personally coached, and that it's part of their constant drive to drive bigger as people, to be better at whatever they do in their life, and that they personally get coached because they don't ever want to stay still. They don't want to ever be in the same place. They don't ever want to be just stagnant of whatever their success is today. They're always driving for something better. And she was really kind of shocked by that. She was shocked by the fact that, these people would even consider being coached. And I reminded her that, for my entire life with Robert, we've always had either coaches or seminars or different things in our life to help us move forward, because you need that information to become a bigger person, a better person in whatever it is you're doing. And so that the investment in yourself is critical. And so that's kind of interesting, because for us going to this convention, I was talking to Randy this morning about it, is that I I think it's amazing that this company has a convention once a year that we can all come together and the energy in the room. It's hard to explain. And he said, well, it's hard to explain because it's an experience. And that is true. You know, when people say, well, why should I come to convention? You know, it's hard to explain the why, because everybody gets a personal feeling on why they should be there or why they should go back. But the reality is it's an experience that could really change your life. And I think every time I go to convention or any kind of seminar or any kind of, you know, grouping that brings people together for growth and development, I always feel like, wow, I can't believe I'm so happy. I'm full of gratitude that I was able to be part of this experience. So that's something that, you know, I really think as when people ask us why we're going or why this is important, you know, it's an experience of a lifetime, really. And I think that's the only thing that we can convey. We can try to convey. So one of the things that's really great about the new people that we're bringing, and this is another reason to really, really convey to your brand partners that are maybe still on the fence, because a lot of magic can happen a couple of days before convention, getting people there, is that brand partners who enrolled with Miriam between January 2017 and the conference are welcome to join the founder and CEO at a special coffee reception on July 20th from 10:30 to 11:15 a.m. at the center. Now, I will tell you, the very first time that I saw Jeff Olson speak was at a convention in San Diego. It was the first one they had, and I had no ability to go up and shake his hand. There were well over 3,000 people there, but he was mesmerizing figure to listen to, and he was on point, in my opinion, about, you know, his philosophy. And I really, really enjoyed, you know, listening to him. And I thought, wow, I would love to meet that guy. You know, I would really love to meet that guy. And there was no reception to do that. There was no ability. But what Jeff Olson did is, you know, that night he was in the bar with hundreds and hundreds of people surrounding him, and he shook everybody's hand and talked to every single person. And I noticed, and I was one of them, and I noticed at that point that this is a man who wants to connect with his base. He wants to connect with his team. He wants to connect with the people in his company. And so if you have new people coming, I really hope that you will let them know about this breakfast or this coffee reception, because this is a way for them to really feel the energy of Jeff Olson and understand why he's passionate about what he's passionate about and why this is important. Okay. And there's other things going on as well that I haven't highlighted, but I really wanted you guys to know, if you didn't have this information, that you knew that this was happening on the 20th, okay, for your new people. I think it's an amazing, amazing thing, and I don't think they've ever done this before, so I'm really excited about it. The other thing is John Addison is going to be talking. If you don't know anything about John Addison, he's an incredible speaker. He's done a lot of great things. I've read some of his stuff, and they've given the NMDs the opportunity to meet with him for an exclusive Q&A on Friday at 8:30 in the morning, and this is something they've never done before. And what I think is wonderful about this is that we get to connect with the speaker and ask some questions. And so they've given us the opportunity to pre-ask some questions. And so I thought if there was any questions out there that any of you had that you would like me to submit, I would be happy to do that today. I only have today to do it. So if you do, just text them to me. And try not to go on to the group thread, because I know that dings about 80 people, and not everybody wants to be dinged on everything. So I just say, just text me personally if you have any questions, or put it on our team page, and I will submit your question so that we can get that answered for you, hopefully. And I think it's going to be great to see John Addison. He's really great. And another really big reason why you want to get as many people there. I don't know if you guys know that they're going to do some live streaming, not here in the United States or Canada, but in other countries. So if you have people in other countries, this live streaming is going to go on for them. And I think that's a really nice offering. I would love for the United States and Canada to be part of that live stream, but part of the, you know, there's a you know, it's a slippery slope. I mean, I would advocate for them to open up the live streaming for everybody, because I think that it's important right now that everybody hear and see what's going on. And sometimes that can make the difference of somebody seeing an experience and saying, you know, I'm not going to miss it next year. But I understand the other side too, is that they want as many people as they can to come and be part of that experience. So at least the people that we have in our other teams can get and see kind of what this is. And that way they'll get the information and probably be there next year for sure. So what do we do now? That's really the question. What do we do now as a mastermind with ourselves and our team? So, you know, I'm traveling to St. Louis on Tuesday, and I'm going to be there till next Sunday. And so next week, I want you all to know that we are not doing this mastermind on Monday through Friday. We are not doing it. So please, I will, you know, give you guys a message just reminding you of that, but we're not doing it because what I really want to focus in on is I want to focus in on this convention, and I want to get as much information as I can so that we can come back, each and every one of us, and share the one or two things that we thought really changed the game for us that we got out of the conference. So I want everybody on here that's going to the convention to really be focused on the information, focused on how they want to broadcast that information to their team when they get back, and a way for us to help each other, you know, do that together with our team. So there's no mastermind the week of convention. What I would suggest that we do is schedule a download for our team for when we get back, right? NearEMU, conference call, Zoom, whatever it is, any way you communicate with your team or your top people that you want to communicate with on a regular basis. You want to schedule today or this weekend before you leave town exactly, you know, when you want to get together for the download for the people that can't make it. It's incredibly important. Mark Smith always does a NearEMU the day we get back on that Saturday or Sunday. That following Monday, there will be a Zoom, there will be a NearEMU, and it'll most likely be Mark Smith talking about, you know, what we're doing as a company. And so you might want to take that opportunity to come and be with your team, or do it on Zoom, or do it together. You also want to, before the conference, schedule as many sit downs, market parties, RRPs that you can now for the close of the month for when you get back. You want to double your activity. Reason being is you're losing several days being at a convention, and you want to make sure that your business doesn't come to a screeching halt because you're not around. And a lot of times that happens if you don't schedule your activity before the event and after the event. So it's a good idea to look in your calendar, find out who maybe isn't going to the convention that might want to continue having events while you're gone, that you might be able to Zoom into from St. Louis, might be able to, you know, especially on the night of the product launch that day, there's going to be a lot of excitement on social media. And that's a time where people are probably going to want to say, you know, hear about what it is, hear about all of that. So, you know, scheduling that stuff now is super important, I think, in a business. And so whatever you're scheduling now, but before you go to convention, you're doubling that up after convention for the last week, because your calendar should be as full as it can, right? To close out the month really, really strong. And you know, you're going to fill it up with parties. You're going to fill it up with excitement. And Rob and I were talking earlier about the things that we did to get where we got. Okay. And it's hard to imagine the amount of activity, or even convey the amount of activity that was going on when I was making my run for national marketing director. And I will admit to you that I have not really experienced that kind of a run since it happened. And it was almost a perfect storm of excitement and new people and us all being driven to do the same thing. And I think that that's the key to the success of creating the kind of momentum that you want. I too have to create that momentum. And so going to a seminar and getting reinvigorated and hearing about new products and being around a bunch of people from all over the world and asking them and talking to them about what they're doing to be successful, and then coming back and implementing that energy immediately into the group and the new people that we have is going to be critical for all of us to create that momentum going into the fall. Because that's really, you guys, from time we get out of convention until almost the end of the year before the holiday, which comes very, very quickly, is really a time where you can really double your business, triple your business, get to wherever you want in this company. And so I really encourage all of us to take this time to really create a lot of events, parties. And while we're in St. Louis, just have fun, have fun meeting everybody, talk to everybody, introduce yourself to everybody, make friends with everybody on the mastermind that you haven't met, seek people out to get information and help you with how you want to broadcast your business to the world, because you're going to get a lot of information at seminar. And it's very, very exciting. Sometimes you come back and you're like, I don't know what to implement first or how to do it. And it'll be very, very, very simple if you focus in on why you're there and what you expect to get before you get home. So your expectation of what you're looking to get should be very clear to you. I'm looking to figure out how to schedule my time better. I'm looking to figure out how to talk to people because I've gone through my warm market. I'm looking to, figure out how to have more convenient RRPs and get people to my RRPs that haven't come before. So you have, thousands of people that you can go up to and kind of ask these questions and kind of, talk about the things that you're most interested in. And I'll tell you, everybody may have a different idea on how it works for them, but it's going to hit you very hard when something comes across what somebody else is doing, and you say, oh my gosh, you know what? I can do that. I can do what you're doing. That's an awesome idea. And maybe keep a little notebook in your purse, or keep a little piece of paper that you can write down ideas, or keep that with you as you're, networking with people in this business, because a lot of people that go to convention have a lot of great ideas, and it's the best place to really, ask questions and understand really what you have here. And especially for the new people that you're bringing along with you, you want to expose them to the top leadership. All the top leadership will be around at the different events, the bars and stuff. Go up to them, introduce yourself if you haven't met them. I have a list of people that I have not met and that I'm really looking forward to introducing myself to. And ask questions, ask ideas, don't be afraid to really, give your ideas. People are there to really network each other. And so it's a time for us to really party and to really enjoy ourselves and to really take in all the information, but it's also a time for us to then really plan and know that when we get back, we have this happening, this happening, this happening, this happening. And the number one thing is, how are you going to download this information to the people that are new, or the people that are on your team that weren't able to make it there? How are you going to broadcast the most important, vital information? Well, one of the biggest ways is to set up your calendar and really set it up so that you know exactly what's happening when you get back. And the other thing is to really use the tools that Nerium provides. So you've got Nerium U, and they're going to broadcast the most important things. Okay. You've got the ability to call your leadership and say, hey, I'm doing a conference call with my team. Can you jump on and give a little vision? I'm doing a Zoom with my team. Can you jump on and give a little vision, or do it yourself? Or call, somebody that you met from the convention that you really like and ask them to do it. A lot of times when you bring on other people that are not necessarily in your group, it's very effective, right? We know that from third party calls, three-way calls. So really go into that convention with intention and come out of that convention knowing exactly what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, what you want to accomplish, okay? Because this is the time where you're going to have the highest form of belief, desire, energy, excitement, and vision for this company. So that's really what I wanted to kind of share with you guys today. I wanted to make sure that, we all had our path and we knew what we wanted to do. And as masterminds, we're going to come out of taking this break for next week. We're going to come out of there and we're going to come together the following week, and we're going to bring those ideas, one or two ideas with us here that we can really map out our year. okay, and be effective and reach for the stars on our goals. So with that, you guys, I'm going to say have an amazing Friday, have an amazing week. I'll see a lot of you next week in St. Louis. And if anyone has any questions or comments, please feel free to, we'll open it up right now. Anybody? No?
No, yeah. Annie.
Yes.
Hey, I want to say that was just powerful and resetting everybody's thing. I like the part about trying to meet certain people, make a list, search them out, because I know a lot of times I get to the conventions and you're obsessed with seeing your little groupie people and connecting, but I think I felt like this has been a big family, and hey, that was great. Thanks.
Oh, good. Well, yeah, I think that's important. You know, you want to talk with everybody that you see on Facebook, and you want to, you know, get to know them, and those are resources. They're great resources, and everybody there is always so loving and giving.
I know, so, right? It's like a place you go where everybody should know your name.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Hey, Annie?
Yes?
Annie, this is Janet. I just wanted to encourage anybody who's on the fence still about going or not going to conference, just do it. Just really just jump in and figure it out. If it's anybody on, just let me know if you need help or connections, or there's probably hotel rooms. Deals are happening all the time. And I just really want to encourage people to, if you're on the fence, just take a leap of faith and do it. It will be so worth it. That's when your business will grow.
And, you know, Janet is an incredible example of somebody who's never missed a convention, and she's had to do lots of things to get herself there. And I know Robin has a story to tell when we get back about how she is getting herself there, where all the odds are against you to get there. So that's great advice. Great advice, Janet. Anybody else?
Yes. Hi, Annie. It's Johnny.
Hey, Johnny.
Hi. You know, I agree with everybody. I mean, look at Francois. He's not even in the business. He doesn't even know when it's going to go to France, and he flew all the way from south of France to San Francisco to be able to go with his team, future team, to the conference. And I really encourage everybody to be there. I've never missed a conference, and every time I've gone there, it's been a blessing, and it helped me rank up every single time. So,
well, you know, Johnny, you bring up a really great point. Now, here's a guy, Francois, who comes into our mastermind from France a lot. He's been at a conference before. He's coming again, and France isn't even open. Do you think he has some vision there? Some vision? And Francois, definitely when we get out of conference and come back, I want you to come on the Zoom and tell people, or maybe, I don't know if you have like 1 second to say, why did you come to conference? Why are you coming to conference again? I don't know if you can unmute yourself.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Francois.
Okay, the reason why I came to the conference, it's quite simple. Why not?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna quote Richard Branson: when you are given an opportunity, take it and think after how to realize it.
Right. Very smart. Well,
And well, I've been given the opportunity to meet many people in the group already, and I already received so much in terms of knowledge, personal development, the way Nerium has built a great foundation. That's amazing. Nerium has real values, and that's what's driving me with that project.
Well, I think it's pretty exciting, Francois, that you have made this commitment in your life, and you've probably gone the longest distance of anybody to come to St. Louis. So I think it's really exciting, and I hope everybody on this Zoom will come and meet Francois. He's an awesome guy. He's a coach. He's amazing, and a wonderful energy, and I can't wait to see you. So I'll see you next week.
Same for me.
All right, you guys.
See you next
Anybody
week.
else have any comments or questions?
I do. First, Annie, your information today planted so many seeds of ideas of how to implement. It was really valuable. And I also appreciate Francois' tremendous investment. And there's another couple that are coming from the Philippines who have a vision to the tune of something like $4,000 just for airfare. And you'll get to meet Dave Killian and Eden. And they are making a commitment because they see the vision. The investment to them is automatic.
That's great. Thanks, Carla, for sharing that. Anybody else?
Hi, Annie. I just wanted to say, as a mom, if anyone's feeling that mom guilt or parent guilt for leaving their kids for 3 or 4 days, they will survive. And Miriam provides a family room. Miriam does actually everything to help everyone get there, but your kids will be okay. And just remember, we're doing this for our kids. So I know a lot of people sometimes have that mommy guilt for leaving the family and not holding down the fort for that time, but it's a sacrifice that's for our future. So just remember, it's for them.
That's great advice, Natalia, and I really appreciate you saying that, because I know there is a lot of people that, including myself at one time, I understood that very, very well. So, and it's also a time for yourself, which is number one. Anybody else?
Hi, this is Laura. Hi, Annie.
Hi, Laura.
I wanted to just share, I was thinking back to my first convention, and it was happening a week after I had joined. And I remember Annie calling, Laura, are you coming to the convention, right? You know, that was obviously out of her mouth out the gate. And in my mind, I thought, no, I'm not going to Dallas. I just spent money on this business. I have a small child. And I just couldn't fathom the importance behind it. And I will tell you guys, I missed that first convention. But Robin did not. And I saw one of my best friends come out a different person. And so this is really for the people, for your new BPs. And you can get them on the phone with me if you want. But I saw, if I'm going to do this, if I'm here and I see this vision, I can't ever miss a conference, and I never did, and they do change you, and, you know, it was very powerful for me to see Robin be a different person, and our business changed. So, you know, I just see the importance, and this trip, this is a big sacrifice, this convention. Out of all the ones I've gone to, this has been my biggest struggle, but I'm making it happen because I know that these are the things that push you when you need it most. So I just wanted to share that, and I look forward to seeing all of you guys.
Oh, that's great, Laura. You know what? I agree. It's kind of like when you're going to see a therapist, the day that you're supposed to go and you think, I don't really want to go, but that's the day you most need to get there. So I agree with you. Anybody else have anything to share? Okay, well, I will see you guys next week, and thank you again for all your participation and love, and I look forward to it. And remember, we are not doing the Zoom next week, sadly, but we're going to have lots of great stuff for the following week to share. So I'll see you guys later. Take care.
Love you. See you guys at St. Louis.